welcome back to more Shadowrun Hong Kong. When we last left off, Mr. Husky Troll over there and the mysterious elf got their heads blown off along with our brother's partner, Carter. Not very good, and we've been basically forcefully stuck together with two other people. We now have Gobbet, Orc, female. She has some magic. That's pretty good to know. Decent intelligence, good charisma. We can clearly see that she's a shaman because of how good her conjuring and summoning and such is. And she's got some skill with the SMG. So that's not bad. And then we got Shy Dwarf, who we only know has been referred to as Is. Dwarf, female, mercenary, Decker. No magic. It's pretty typical of a Decker. Bit lower than average hit points. Decent armor, better than ours to start with. Very high intelligence. Very good charisma. Decent body, decent willpower, good quickness. And we got 3 columns, but we won't be spending those just yet. Alright. Now this seems pretty important. We're already presented with Hong Kong police. That's sort of problematic. What's more problematic is that during this mission you have to always stay in cover. To be out of cover for even a single moment means that you're going to get shot by a sniper. Not very pleasant. Which is why I'm going to try and do my best to move up here while keeping cover going. Now, go here, Gobbet. Alright, Ziggy, you can't do anything at the moment, but activate killing game, I guess. Plus 7 damage. That's not bad. Oh! That was a crit. And that's a grenade. As I said, very liberal with the grenade uses. Well, Gobbet's gonna definitely have to heal herself. Then she's going to buff the aim of Ziggy here. Duncan's going to actually take a shot at one of these people here. And I think it's going to have to be... Well, actually, before we do that, I'll send Ziggy in, switch to physical. And if we can sort of get a spot where we're in cover would be nice. Finicky sometimes when it comes to these spots there. And then punch. Good rating. Alright, not too bad. Duncan's going to blast away. And of course miss. Such as the 70%. And I was actually going to use a medkit. This might put him out of cover, I'm not too sure. Now Isabel, or the Shy Dwarf I guess. Well, she's Isabel. Has a grenade launcher, and this thing is a beautiful thing. Never have I seen a more useful weapon in a game like this. So even if you miss, you're still likely to hit. 2 shots is usually more than enough to deal with anything at this point. But I suppose you'd be in trouble if anything didn't. Man, I'm taking some damage. Oh, the drones. I'm in range of the drones. That's not good. Alright, Isabel's gonna run up here. She can deactivate the drones for me. That saves us a bit of trouble. Now I'm going to actually try and save one of these medkits. I don't want to use it just yet. Duncan. You take some butt shots. God damn it, Duncan. You always fail me. Alright. Let's go punch a guy. 8 damage. That's not too bad. Punch again. Crit. Alright, good. Good. Gobbet. What are we gonna do with you, Gobbet? I'll move you here. Are you in cover? Oh god, I hope so. And if we do an aimed burst. Hits. It's not too bad. Oh, I'm getting blasted again. Oh, she was not in cover. That, I guess that shows her off, and Duncan does help the situation, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna go punch this guy. Or try to. There we go. Duncan. Actually, go but heal me. Not yet. Okay, so can I hit him? No. Okay, so that's on you. You're going to be out of cover. That's Duncan. Go over and heal you. That's worth. And he's actually going to try and make an 11% shot. Nah, of course not. Alright, since we've got the time, I'm going to reload Isabel's grenade launcher. And I'm going to push her forward, I suppose. For anyone familiar with XCOM and these sort of similar games, it's the same sort of cover thing. You know, you got no cover, light cover, medium cover, heavy cover, or full cover, or however you like to go on about it. I'm gonna move up here. Robert's going to move over here into cover now. I'm going to actually heal myself here for only 10 points. I'm gonna have to work on improving that. I'm gonna push up to here. I can take the hits, hopefully. If anything, I have a revive pack. Duncan can move up to here. And Isabel, you can take a shot now. Grenade launcher. Look at that. Less than 50% chance to hit both times. The grenade launcher lands exactly perfect. Alright, there's something that's important to note. Summons. Nasty, dangerous things. Best way to get rid of them? To kill the person in control of them. Let's see if I can get away with that. That's slightly problematic. Robert, can you help me out here? I can heal 13 damage over there. It's pretty good actually. We'll reload. And we're gonna try and deal with you. Okay. Scratch the whole accuracy thing. Sometimes that happens. Alright, let's go punch him. Or fail horribly at it. Well, at least it should be in cover. Hey, at least Gobbet hit. That's not gonna be bad for me. No, not too bad. I'm in cover at the moment. Let's try and punch. 75% of the chance to hit. What do I get? A miss. Alright, there we go. Nothing to kill at the moment, so everybody's just gonna start running up. I was gonna reload. Just here. Not much to happen at the moment. Like, you'll get one of these guys moving in behind you every so often, but at this point it's just a dash. To hopefully cover. Take it into cover as well. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, and then you just basically run to this yellow door here. You could spend the time killing everyone, but I don't know. It just feels easy to do it this way. Less resource intensive, I guess. So rather than getting into a dangerous shootout, with some more characters. I'd rather just, move on through and hopefully not waste any more medical supplies. Here we go. And we're out. That's that section done. Alright. The rat shaman guides you from the doorway onto the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings. Stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbour. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. Gobbet stops, sniffs and wipes her eyes with the back of her wrist. Her rat squeaks softly in the folds of her clothing. The dwarf watches silently for a moment, then moves closer and gently takes her hand. In the dim light of the sewer, you can see they're nearly the same age. No more than 20, 21 tops. We gotta keep going. Get the distance from the cops. Gobbet looks back the way you came. I think we've shaken them. She sniffs the air clean. Yeah, we're clear. Wu, that's our brother, begins pacing, his boots splashing in the sewer. Water creating echoes down the tunnel. You can feel the tension coming off him in waves. This is bullshit. I'm done messing around in alleys and sewers. I'm done running from the cops. Pokes the thumb in his chest and spits his anger forth in a raspy growl. For fuck's sake, I'm a cop. We noticed. There's a Lone Star Sergeant dead back there, damn it. She was... Starts to choke. He struggles against it, fighting to maintain control, but needs a minute to recover. Finally manages to pull it together, but he's raw. When he speaks again, his voice is seething and hoarse. I don't know what the hell's going on with Hong Kong, but I'm calling in some Lone Star backup from home. I'm gonna get some of my own people down here. Then we're gonna find Raymond and figure out what the hell's going on. The little orc shrugs. Whatever you say, big guy. You have fun with that. She looks over at her friend, they both nod. Iz and I are out of here. Best of luck finding your friend. Best of luck? That's it? That's right. What'd you expect? We formed some sort of posse like your old cowboy vids? Ride out to find the killers and see justice done? We got you to safety, and now we are done. With this shit, we don't intend to die for you. Wu isn't listening. You can see his face that he's already written the orc girl off. Pulls his security grade PDA from his holster in his left leg, raises it, starts tapping the buttons with a meaty finger. The Lone Star logo on the back of the device looks shiny and official. Stops confused and then taps it again harder. The red flashing image of the PDA reflects in his goggles. What the hell? I'm locked out of the network. My law enforcement status has been revoked. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on us, Kenny. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker, they knew our names. Fucking hell. He hands closed fists around his PDA. This just keeps getting worse. He leans in forward as if to punch the wall, his knuckles rapping against it softly, a pantomime of barely constrained rage. Suddenly, he turns and slings his PDA at the far wall. It hits hard, bounces back and clatters to the ground at his feet. He looks down at it, spent. Man, Nokia, eh? The orc mouths an okay to herself, eyebrows raised. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. Come on, Isabel. Let's... She's cut off by a sudden smashing noise as her friend's boot comes crashing down on the PDA at Wu's feet. The dwarf looks down at her work, unsatisfied, and brings her boot down again and again and again, till there's nothing left but a snarl of plastic housing, broken glass, and circuit board. Guess it wasn't a Nokia then. Except at Wu, her chest heaving and points at the pile of scrap she's created. Police issued. They can trace you through that. Turns to you, hand out. Yours too. It's on the network. I'll smash it myself. Bury our own. Good. Dyson reaches into her jacket pocket, pulling out 2 new PDAs. She hands them to you and Duncan. Burners. I suppose it's the least we could do after you helped back there. Thanks. You people always keep a supply of burners in your pocket? Runners need to be prepared for contingencies. Isn't that right, Iz? She ain't listening. Staring open-mouthed at her own PDA. Its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. Gobbet, we gotta go. Right now. They're after us too. The screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of the terrorist cell linked to the mainland city-state of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. Image winks out, replaced by a scowling image of Duncan Wu, a mugshot from a long time ago before Raymond. Our sources report that Seattle natives Duncan Wu and Kenny Wu, along with their Hong Kong-based accomplices, are still at large. They are well armed and should be considered extremely dangerous. The screen is replaced by low-res photographs of Gobbet and Isabella. The color drains out of Gobbet's face. Oh shit. Kowloon officials report that the terrorist cell, known as the White Star, I hope I said that right, maintains ties to the state of Henan. It's prompted to be receiving weapons and funding from anti-corporate groups in the UCAS, Seattle, city-state of Seattle. Port authorities are standing on high alert, and the Hong Kong Police Force Special Duties Unit has been engaged to deal with the threat. We go live now to Chief Inspector Crate of the Special Duties Unit, who will be making a statement. Behind the newscaster, a video window displays the location of your firefight in Victoria Harbour. Camera pans to Chief Inspector Crate. She is surrounded by a swarm of news reporters, but appears unfazed by the attention. Speaks with supreme confidence. We have yet to ascertain the motive for tonight's attack, but it was clearly a well-planned and coordinated effort. We have already issued an all-points bulletin along with a kill or capture order for the 4 remaining terrorists. I have been instructed for the Special Duties Unit to make this manhunt a top priority. If you should see one or more of these individuals, do not attempt to engage them. Instead, tap in your HKPF flash code at the bottom of the screen. If you're on an authorized network, and take a picture, or system will automatically identify them in your data stream. The Durka switches off the news cap and clicks her PDF back on the PDA. PDF's a completely different thing. PDA back onto her belt. For a moment there is no sound, but the roar of sewer water rushing through the pipes. Gobbet bends over, hands on her knees, sucking wind. Her rats scurry for a new position. I thought we were fucked before. But now we are well and truly fucked. Doesn't look good, does it? Not at all. They've labeled us terrorists and there's an APB out on us. I've heard this kind of announcement before. I know what comes with it. It doesn't matter if we have nothing to do with whatever city-state. They're gonna hunt us down. It's open season. And the 2 of us will be hunted down right alongside you. We gotta go deep. Hit the mainland for a while, till we can figure this out, find a hole to crawl into. We've got to get them off the grid too, way off. Hey, Lone Star, you got a security license, right? That means you got a SIN too. Brows furrow. Of course I have a SIN. I wouldn't be able to get paid otherwise. Only criminals and lowlifes go sinless. That means that you can be traced. Both of you. You get spotted by a drone or security camera, get ID'd by a retinal scanner, or try to use your cred stick or passport, and the HKPF will know just where to find you. I know how the system identification number works, Runner. Ah, here's where the etiquette comes into play. I glossed over this during the character creation, but etiquette's basically culture. And, you know, the language in that culture. So this is a rather crude example, but say you were from, like, I don't know, a hood. You'd be familiar with that hood slang, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, We got us burned. You got that right, Seattle. We're just as screwed as you are, me and Iz. We are listed as your accomplices. And we can't afford for you to get caught. You'll lead them to us, one way or another. DNA samples, things we told you, astral residue, I don't know, cop stuff. Little Decker looks from you to Wu, eyes narrowed, sizing you up. You can see her make a silent decision before she speaks. Her voice is flat, resigned. We need to get your sins burned. Delete you from all record books. All of them. All of them? Whoa, wait a minute. You want us to just erase our identities? Beyond the fact that it's insane, will that even work? If we burn our sins, go off the grid like that, won't they just redouble their efforts to find us? Imagine playing a game of hide and seek, with a siren strapped to your head. Would you rather try and hide with the siren, or with the siren conspicuously absent? Conspicuously absent. That's how you say that. Alright, let's just get on with it. What do we gotta do? We gotta ask for help. The only person we know who has a kind of pool that takes to burn a sin and hide us from the cops. Kindly Sheng. Let me guess, this Kindly Sheng is some sort of underworld hard ass. Like a walnut. She's what's known as a straw sandal, kind of a middle manager for the Yellow Lotus Syndicate. They're triad. Kindly Sheng controls all the illegal activity in our neighborhood. Smuggling, bootlegging, counterfeiting. Middle manager? Is this Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Don leans in, serious as death. Do not get the wrong impression. Kindly Sheng is no bureaucrat. She controls a good-sized portion of Kowloon's underworld. She has soldiers, resources. She's smart. And she is not to be underestimated. Isabel's voice is hollow and flat. Taking favors from a woman like Kindly Sheng is a good way to get yourself into indentured servitude. You want to owe favors to a woman like that. Her eyes go big, round. Ideally, you don't want to deal with her at all. That was Nightjar's job. Nightjar's job? You mean you work with her? What did we just tell you? She's got fingers in everything, including brokering Shadowruns for the Corps. Kindly Sheng is a fixer. Goblet's attempting to make her voice confident. Just stay on her good side and you'll have nothing to worry about. Now, let's get this done before one of you trips the APB and brings all hell down upon us. Alright, there we go. We've got to go get deleted, I suppose, in a good way. Auto-pathing does most of the work for us there. I'm about to leave the location, as always, I will confirm. What to do, eh? You know, it's not easy thinking of things to do from the loading screen besides reading the loading screen. I'll work on that. You see, the game's auto-saving. And we get 5 free karma points. That's pretty good. And surrounding platform. This is the MTR station for Hoi. I probably pronounced that wrong. Once you go up those stairs, you'll be in our neighborhood. Kindly Sheng runs her operation out of a mahjong parlor. They're called the Swift Winds. Wu rips off his goggles, and it even does it in the portrait for us. There's an APB out on us. How do you expect us to get to the Swift Winds place without taking a bullet? Hoi is well known as a protected area. Kindly Sheng sees to that. It's a shadow community. Smugglers, hijackers, black marketeers, you get the idea. Cops tend to give the place a wide berth. The dog gives a shallow nod. Police cameras don't last long here. Between the smog and the cloud cover, we shouldn't have to worry about drone surveillance either. HQPF won't find you. Not if you follow our lead. Now, here's how this is gonna work. You can't get an audience with Sheng until we secure you an invitation. So me and Iz will go on ahead and pay our respects, and then we'll request she see you, politely. An invitation? How do we get that? We'll kiss her ass until it shines. That's about the size of it. One more thing. Kindly Sheng is a dangerous woman. She may seem friendly, but don't let your guard drop. And whatever you do, do not disrespect her. Got it. That's it. We'll go ahead and smooth the way. Just give us a few minutes head start and don't talk to anyone. If this place is protected, why shouldn't we talk to anybody? I said the place was protected, not you're protected. No one knows you here, and outsiders aren't welcome, Aoi. Aoi? I'll get it right eventually. Plus, your friend here radiates cop. Cops are even less welcome than outsiders. And you're not exactly ordinary either. Yeah, I like to think I have a certain flair. He smiles for the first time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If people see us strolling through town together and no prior explanation, we might not make it to the mahjong parlor at all. I get it. That's good. You catch on real quick. We need your sins burned as badly as you do, and we need to figure a way out of this shit, or we're all dead. See you at the mahjong parlor. Trouble ahead, eh? The Shadowrunner's footsteps quickly fall away. Then you're alone with Wu. He grunts, something unintelligible, and begins panther stalking back and forth again. Boot prints of sewer water and muck marking his path on the subway platform behind him. Minutes pass. Wu stops his pacing and runs both his hands over his face, groaning a sound of anxiety and disgust. It dissipates, then he stands there silently, his hands covering his face and his shoulders shaking with emotion. Then he begins to laugh. It's a laugh that comes from down deep, from the place where fear and frustration and impotence swirl. But the barriers hold. Wu focuses, taking control of his breathing, and his laughter begins to slow. He becomes himself again. Oh my god, Kenny. You fucking kidding me? What the hell are we doing here? How did we get into this? I think I'm gonna lose it. Do what you gotta do. Make it fast. Make it fast. What? Carter is dead, Kenny. They fucking ended her. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. What are you talking about? You crawled out of worse places before you met her. Maybe. But that was a long time ago. And I had Raymond then. He was hard on you, Duncan. Yeah. Yeah, he was. And now look at me. I'm a cop. I have a career. Raymond's the one who helped me get into academy. Sat on me until I did my homework. Checked on every assignment. Every single assignment. And he didn't care that I was a goddamn orc. Raymond, the house, the academy, Carter. I'm throwing it all down the memory hole and burying it deep. You know why? Because we're gonna burn our sins, Kenny. Jesus Christ, do you even get what that means? The moment we do that, we're dead. To all the world, we're dead. We're wiped clean. Raymond, the house we grew up in, my career, Carter, all gone. No home, no money, no identity, nothing. We will be nobody. I'm gonna find a way out of this. Just follow my lead like you did in the old days. Do you want to bring up the old days? Are you fucking serious? You left the old days behind years ago. You left me behind. You left me behind. Memories flash bright. Suddenly you're back 8 years ago on these streets outside of Raymond's house. Just you and Wu, in the middle of the night. Flashback! Young Duncan! Definitely looked a bit chubbier. You can't just leave like this, Kenny. What am I gonna say to Raymond? You know how he is. Yeah, I know. He is inflexible. Exactly. We're breaking one of his rules just by being outside the house after curfew. What is so important that you have to run out now in the middle of the night without even telling Raymond why? He's distraught. You can see the face, you can hear it in his voice. He used to be lost without you. Whoops. There's all these are troops. This is the point in the game where you can sort of make your own story. I think I like this one the best. Some people messed with me, and I don't intend to letting them get away with it. Could use your help. I can't give you help like that anymore. I'm on a good path now, Kenny. I can't afford to mess that up. Look, whatever's going on, I can tell you one thing. Raymond will not approve. I know. Why do you think I'm sneaking out? Be back before the weekend. You remember the look on Raymond's face? Oh, Duncan's face, not Raymond. Let me start again. You remember the look on Duncan's face as you walked away? The events that followed were a blur. One that you don't care to remember. 3 days later, you were behind bars in a private corporate prison. No interrogation, no charges, no appeal. Years later, some corporation brought some other corporation, and the new board of directors pushed through some sort of reform agenda. The higher-ups gave an order. And then you were out. A few hundred new yen to your name, and one scary as hell non-disclosure agreement ensuring your silence. Not that it mattered to you anymore. You were starting fresh, determined. Till Raymond tracked you down, left you that voicemail, brought you to Hong Kong and back together with Duncan Wu. You realize that Wu's been staring at you. Alright, now let's hear it. Where the hell have you been all this time? Why didn't you contact me? At least tell me you were alive. You're pissed that I didn't contact you? I was locked up, Duncan. For years. You're a cop. Why didn't you go looking for me? You'd think I didn't? I tried everything. You were completely off the grid. Information sinks in and dials back the attitude. Now I understand why. Locked up, huh? Shit. A range of emotion plays across Wu's face. Stares at the ground for some time before finally looking back at you with a heavy sigh. I really don't know how to process that one right now. I don't know. If we're still alive tomorrow, we can talk more. This shit is too much. Marooned. On this island, hunted by the cops. Partner's dead, Raymond's missing, and we're about to go see a crime lord about erasing our goddamn identities. And, as a bonus, our only allies are a pair of tiny criminals who would kill us if they could so they didn't have to deal with this. Ugh, grammar. He rubs his head viciously. Listen, Kenny, back in the Barrens. Whenever I was out of control, you just handled the situation, remember? With Carter gone, I'm just a raw nerve. I'm afraid I'm gonna slip back and People are gonna start getting hurt again. I got your back, Duncan. Stares at you hard. He's trying to see something inside your head. We'll see. Just don't press it. I need the time to get used to you. Let's go meet that triad woman and get our damn sins burned. I want to rip off the bandage as fast as I can. Oh, there you go. That's a bit of backstory about our character that we had sort of control of. Hoi, a makeshift boat city lashed into the Kai Tak riverfront like a parasite. Behind you, a massive snarl of dark and derelict high-rises dominates the horizon, the walled city. Alright, now, for the most part, there's nothing really to be done here at the moment. There's a lot of things that I can go search and interact with, but nobody will really talk to us. And if they do, it'll mostly just be a, hey, we're not open right now, or go away, or something along the lines, if a door is even opened or a person is even there. This guy over will talk to you. This is Smuggler! Just off the docks you spot a sea-worn man with a smile that's almost too wide for his head. Teeth shine white against the thick black bush of his beard. Clothes are a myriad of colors, patterns, and fabrics, a smattering of cultures draped across his body. If there's anything he's clearly advertising, it's the extent of his travels. You see something you like? His voice is coarse, like steel wool on your eardrums. Come and get it, because now's your last chance. Everything's on sale. Won't find prices like these anywhere else, my friend. Show me what you're selling. Alright, this is the very first dealer of the game. Doesn't sell too much. Katana, a sniper, shotgun, and Uzi, etc. If you didn't have these weapons before, or you're thinking about grabbing some, here's the guy to do it from. Do we have anything to sell? At the moment, I was tempted by selling the machete. I really am. We'll do that maybe later. But for now, I'm going to buy another medkit. Never hurts to have an extra. That'll go there for now. Alright. That's it. That's basically all we can do here at the moment. So, let's carry on. A swift wind's mahjong parlor, filled with the stink of cigarette smoke, the incessant click-clack of mahjong tiles, and the grim faces of hardened gamblers. Here we go. Come in, we have a lot to talk about. Kindly Shang. You can feel every eye in the room as you cross the mahjong parlor to the middle-aged woman sitting patiently at its end. The click-clack of ivory-colored tiles stop. Hands stray behind tables into jackets, pockets, behind backs. The woman has the face of a prison guard and the demeanor of an inmate. Her salt and pepper hair is pulled into an iron-hard bun, and beneath it 2 shiny black eyes offer nothing. Buttons sewn on a doll. A nearly empty bottle of something foul rests on the mahjong table, nestled between a pair of dirty shot glasses. Tiny puddles of brown linger at their bottoms. Gobbet and Isabel stand on the other side of the table, heads lowered, shoulders slumped, hands clasped. They risk a frightened glance at you as you approach. My little pair of fuck-ups here told me all about what happened on the docks. Dips a pinky into a shot glass, brings it to her mouth, removes it with a sharp smack. How 2 of my best runners had their heads put out.
how you need protection, and how you get to your identities wiped before you get your heads put out too. Potentially leading the heat to my front door, placing me and everyone in my employ in danger. She fingers the rim of her glass. So wise, so very, very wise. The young shaman's eyes never leave the floor. We're sorry, Auntie. We thought... You mustn't speak until you're spoken to, Gobbet, dear. The smile turns mean. And since you are one short hair away from being dumped in the river chained to Isabel's corpse, I suggest you let your new friends here do the talking for a while. Does that make sense to you, dear? Her tracheal voice is back, sweet, nasal and grinding. Yes, Auntie. Very good. You learn so quickly. Let's back up Gobbet here. Gobbet kept her cool, had in a tense situation. She's the one who let us out of the police ambush. Gobbet's eyes dart from you to the Triad boss and back again. Thin trickle of perspiration slides from beneath the ropes of her hair. Alright, that's where we'll end this episode. For more, as always, keep watching.